Well, hello there and welcome. This is Tracy Noriega, paying it forward on this Mindful Monday. And here I am. I'm going to work some magic here. I just needed to do that because, well, I did. I needed to do that. I need to do that because I need to bring it all together here. We're having the discussion of failure. And it's funny because I'm feeling like failed to be completely prepared for this. Actually, the opposite. I think I over prepared and thought about it too much and looked into it a little too much that it has now just become this whole other thing. So I'm trying to succinct it and try to get what am I being mindful of? So let's be mindful for a moment. What is it we're being mindful of with the discussion of failure? I think one of the front and foremost is that I don't believe there's failure. I believe the only way to fail is to completely give up, which is then called quitting. And that's another topic, right? When you give up. So I don't think you can fail. And it's funny because when you look up in the dictionary, what is failure? What's the definition of failure? It says like the lack of success or hasn't reached or attained success. So I'm just like, well, why don't you just say that instead? Well, I haven't gotten the success that I wanted to, or I'm still in pursuit of the success that I am looking to obtain. But why say I'm failing? I mean, a lot of times it's just having to redirect ourselves, having to look at what we did that didn't get us there. I mean, of all of the quotes and articles and stuff that I did read, they all love to talk about Thomas Edison, and rightly so. He's a great example of someone who didn't give up, and yet he got asked, how does it feel having failed 10,000 plus times in trying to invent a light bulb, but he didn't think of it that way. He's like, no, I found 10,000 ways not to not to make a light bulb, which is great, and I look at that with this topic too, and I think that's what has lent to this overthinking of it. Is I'm coming up next week on being 1 year of me having lost my job and deciding to pursue making making my own business, making my own thing that I want to do, and am I there? No, not the way I wanted to be, not the way I had envisioned it, not what I thought. And yet at the same time, I can't say I'm a failure, and I don't even feel like one. If anything, I feel like I really succeeded at finding out some of the things I don't want to do, like how Thomas Edison said, well, I found out how not to make a light bulb. Well, I found out a lot of the jobs or businesses or things I don't want to do. And it's not just necessarily because I'm not good at them, but I'm not passionate about it, and it's not where I want to be putting my efforts. And the whole reason about wanting to make myself my own business and stuff was because I didn't want to just have a job, and I didn't want to feel like I needed just to punch in the clock and do that. So I feel that even though in this whole year's time of doing that, I really do feel so grateful that I found out what I didn't want to do, because I would have made a whole business and found myself right back in the same place that I was before, of going to a job that I really wasn't passionate about. So I had to look at that and say, oh my gosh, I really don't want to do that. So did I fail? Did I just lose all that time? No. Oh my God. I've learned so much about business, so much about marketing, so much about social media, and I don't know how many things. I mean, things I didn't even know existed. I've learned about. I've made great friendships and networked and co-collaborated with people and done some cool projects and masterminds and all the bit. I mean, this year has actually been, in many ways, more successful than I could have imagined in what I've learned about myself and just about the world in general, and also, just seeing what is possible out there. I thought I knew, and I'm just, scratching the surface. So, again, did I meet the goal that I had in the time that I wanted to? I had said a year ago. I'm in many ways nowhere near there as far as financially, but in other ways, I am just really rich with experience and um, the people I've met and the relationships I've forged. So, again, it's how we decide we're going to look at things and how we're going to frame it. And to close off, I'm going to go on the other side because we talked about what success is. And that's another thing everybody really has to define for themselves. It's not just a material thing, it's a very internal thing. And I've been doing some Bob Proctor work, and one of the great definitions from Earl Nightingale is that success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. And when I look at that and look at all those words and what it is, I'm like, well, then hell, man, I am successful because I've been progressively going towards the realization of that worthy ideal. In that too is actually defining what that worthy ideal is. What is worthy of me? What is it I want to pour my heart and soul into, and actually, as they say, exchange my life for? Because when you're going to work and you're going and punching in the clock, you're actually exchanging your life energy for that, right? For that paycheck. I want to have something, more than just that. And so while I may not have achieved as of yet the financial return on what it is that I give and receive in exchange for that service, I feel that I have been completely and utterly more successful than I ever could have imagined in what I have learned and the relationships and just things that have come out of this last year. A lot of personal growth too. So there you go, my friends. Just know you can't be a failure if you keep with it, right? That's the only way you can fail, is to give up. So you're not a failure. You keep going, keep on keeping on. And if you need a break, give yourself a break. There's the self-care thing again. Remember, be your own best friend. Give yourself a break. Step back. Get some help. I know I was bad at that too. Oh my God, I'm still bad at it. So get some help. Get some reflection. Give yourself some self-love and some self-care. All right, you guys. So thank you so much for being here. And I succeeded at getting this video done. Again, not exactly what I thought it was going to be, but I'm cool with it. And hopefully you are too. Go ahead and give any comments, likes, subscribe, hit the bell, ding, 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 ding. And hope you have a great mindful Monday and rest of your week. Take care and share with this anybody else that may be beating themselves up about being a failure, because there are no failures. You just get right back up on that horse, okay? Cheers.